Hi, my name is Miranda Gutierrez Perez. My ID is A017-36866. Well, today I'm going to talk about metaphysics and art, foundation and interpretation of life. I choose the point 5 that says, for Plato, art is a triple distance from truth. He considers that the art is a simple imitation of something that already exists in the world, that the artist just copies and transmits through inspiration. But it will always be that, a copy. And on the other hand, there's Nietzsche, always talks about art as an attitude. Creating is a characteristic of artists. To this extent, they have something divine. And this is the question: which of the two perspectives do more to your argument? Well, as human beings, we usually think like, hey, art don't have sense, or it's weird, or that is something common. And I disagree with Plato because believing or basing in something to create something else is not copying. And I agree with Nietzsche that art is an attitude because it is what we feel, think, or question, and that's not copying. It's just an inspiration or an idea, but you're not copying the object or the paint or the sculpture as it is. I believe that you can't have creativity if you don't think about other elements or things. Because I think that if we don't know the world, how we will know the things? Well, this topic is a philosophical question because we usually don't give importance to the little things in life. Like what art mean to us, or what art do on our society. We just say like, hey, the paint is cool, but we don't try to get deeper if it is a copy or not. And each one of us has a different perspective, and it's valid because I think almost all people don't think the same, don't think art is a copy or not. Everyone have a different opinion, and I think this is something really cool in our society. I think art is a feeling because when I paint, I try to express my emotions in it. I base in something, but I try to represent myself on what I do. So I think art is not a copy. Well, I decided to take a stand that art is an attitude, a want and a feeling, not copy. Because I think art goes really within creativity, emotional connection, and also in the way of thinking. For me, humans have never think the same, and we will never do. And each one of us has our own criticize, and it's something normal that makes our society being stable. Because we can think similar, but we'll never think the same. And I want to focus a lot in the fact that art is a feeling. It's an action and something unique because we can base on something, but it will never be the same. And that's why I choose that the art is an attitude. Well, I agree with Nietzsche because he was trying to transmit that art is an attitude and a feeling, and I believe that inspiring something or basing something is not copying. I think painting is transmitting a piece of you to everyone in one piece of art. And yes, it actually can be copied, but in that way it would not be art. It would be a copy of something. But I think art is original. Art is something that you create with your feelings, emotions, and with your creativity. And I think if you are not original, it would be a copy. Well, and I have two quotes from Nietzsche that I like a lot, because yes, they keep me thinking, and I think they are really great quotes. Well, as Nietzsche said, art is a supreme task and the truly metaphysical activity in this life. And I agree because art is enjoyable. Art is an attitude, a decision, and nobody is forcing you to do it. And it depends on likes and dislikes, obviously, but if you want to do it and you like to do it, you will do it really well and really original with your likes and your creativity. And he also said, we have art so that we shall not die of reality. I think he tries to convert that the good things come when you believe. And this is life, is to imagine and create. And I think this is a really powerful message that he wants to give us. And for sure, it will repeat in our minds and keep us thinking because it is really powerful. And I really like these quotes. On the other side, there is Plato, that he only recognized the power of art because it is an imitation or something that already exists. and it is an adaptation of another thing, and he said it was an alteration or the naturalization of the art or the thing they base on. And Nietzsche and I don't think that, because art is a feeling, and I think that it represents who you are, whoever painted or made it, because if you're not original, it wouldn't be art instead. Well, and Plato thinks really different than Nietzsche, and he said that rhetoric is the art of ruling minds of men. And he essentially wanted to say that mastering the techniques of persuasion and communication can give you the power to shape how people think and behave. So in my opinion, I think he wanted to control the people and his way of thinking, because he thought we all copy things because they already exist. But if you are creating it and you're original, you're not copying it. And another quote from him that keeps me thinking is, "One man cannot practice many arts with success," because he thought humans by nature copy everything and don't have a known judge, because we base on things that we already know. But that's not copying, because you're creating it and it's an original piece of art from yourself that represents yourself, your feelings, and all the things you believe and behave. Well, me as a teenager rarely stopped to think in art. I have never tried to get into it because I thought it was something boring, and most of people of my age think the same, because we were not taught to give interest to those things because they were for adults. But I think I want to change minds and tell them that I learned that no, it's not something boring. I learned that art is a feeling, a decision, and it's based on attitude. You create things because you want to, and if you copy, it's because you didn't want to do it. And it's like everything in life. If you want to do it, you can, and if you don't want to, you could never do. Conclusion, I think Plato has a different way of thinking, and it's not wrong because we can see the world from different perspectives, but I prefer the way of thinking of Nietzsche, because he trusted in humanity and thought that art was actually an attitude, a decision, and a feeling. And in my personal opinion, art is people expressing themselves, and I think this is a really beautiful meaning, because we can all be who we want to be and do what we want to do, and no one can tell us if it's a copy or if it's bad or if it's not something great for us. We are gonna do what we want to do, what we like and what we deserve. And as Nietzsche said, the essence of all beauty art, all great art, is gratitude. And I think this quote is something really beautiful. With what can I close my presentation? Well, with all this, I learned that we need to change ways of thinking, because as there are many people that think art is not a copy, there are many that do think it's a copy. But we don't need to judge other types of thinking, so we can include equity and equality to get a better society. Democracy, because each one of us can have our own judges and points of view, but at the same time including justice, because we can't have an own opinion but considering others, because as I was learning during the semester and all my key activities, we need to respect the different way of thinking.